Should I take like a big deep breath when I sit down, like how they all do? Like,
Yeah.
Do you want to try that again?
I beg you, don't do that. Great.
that was actually so Why was it?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So, how would you describe your childhood?
My childhood started off very good, very simple. I grew up in a small town in West London called Southall. Southall is very diverse. It's full of loads of different people. It ranges from Indian to Somali, and you get loads of different people. And I really like that there's a good mix. Towards the middle of my childhood, it did get quite messy because my parents faced a separation. But nevertheless, it makes you grow in so many different ways, I guess.
Did you ever compare yourself to other families when you were in school?
So I initially went to a private school, and you can see that those people came from very privileged backgrounds, and they had a lot of money. They also had parents who seemed to be quite happy. You'd be outside the school gates and you'd see the child run up to their parents and whatnot, and both of them would give a good hug and whatnot, whereas I used to sort of wait for the 2:07 bus, and my parents never used to actually pick me up. But yeah, it was very, very different. So yeah, I probably did compare quite a bit.
Did you ever imagine what it would be like to live with both of your parents again?
I think I did imagine a few times, until now that I'm now 17 years of age, I kind of have realised that that's probably not going to happen again. And like, it was for the best, because my mum obviously single-handedly couldn't deal with it anymore. So fair play to her.
How would you feel if your mum ever had another boyfriend?
How would I feel? There's a lot of controversy about this. Me and my mum have conversations about this all the time. And I just feel like it's one of those things I'm not ready for yet, because my separation, or my parents' separation actually, was kind of year 10, year 9, year 11, all through that, and now I'm obviously in college, so it's still a bit raw. But obviously everyone's entitled to be happy, and hopefully when I'm ready and when she's ready, everything will fall into place.
So growing up with a single mum, has that changed your mindset when it comes to having your own family?
It does, because I realised that actually in this world you have to be able to find someone who is very much your person. If you don't, get with the right person or marry the right person or anything like that, it shows that it impacts you in your life 100%. And it's something that you very clearly need to think about in the future, because obviously as wanting to be a mum myself, there's a lot of things I take into account now about how I'd want my husband to treat me and things like that, and how my husband would potentially treat my own kids. So yeah, it's opened my eyes massively.
Would you say you're the mother of your friend group?
I can be the mother, but I can also be the one that's a bit bonkers. Me and my friend Marley, we're always going on some side quests, whether that's to Reading, whether that's to, God knows, London, wherever. But I do make sure I've got a full head on me, and I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I can be the mum, I can't be the mum. It depends.
And how did you find it growing up with your mum and your little brother?
I definitely wished a part of me that my dad was there as well, because obviously, you want a family of 4. And it definitely was hard seeing my mum single-handedly having to sort out me, my brother, everyone else around me, like her family and whatnot. It was hard, especially because my dad wasn't a part of it. However, I wouldn't change it for the world, because now she's happy. Me and my brother are in a good environment and whatnot. So in that aspect, it's great. But in other aspects, you do wish that person was there. And so I admire her for actually, being there. But my brother, on the other hand, he's a nightmare, and he can be a bit full on with her.
Do you ever think that you became the mum to your brother?
To some extent, yeah, because my mum, obviously, since she's a single mum, she's having to pay bills. She's a lawyer, so she's working a 9 to 5 every day. She's got courses to go to. She goes to networking events. She goes to, top-end parties and whatnot. And so yeah, some days, you know, I'll have to come home from college and cook my brother a meal, or you know, get him ready for school, sort out his uniform. If he's going to a friend's house, you know, potentially drop him off, pick him up from school. So yeah, definitely I am sort of the second mum to my brother, but yeah.
And looking back at your younger self, what would you say?
I think looking back at my younger self, I was always quite shy and quiet. I'm definitely not like that now, but yeah, I was very shy and quiet. However, I did have a bit of a bubbly side to me, and I would never stop talking. Like, that's just one thing about me. I never stop talking.
I'm American and I love candy, so I'm just gonna try this candy and like see what it tastes like. So I've got some candy here. I don't know what it tastes like. 3, 2, 1, go.
Like, that's just one thing about me. I never stop talking. So that was that. And I don't know. I feel like in terms of academic-wise, I would never be able to sit there and do a whole maths test or English test or science test. That was not my forte at all. But if someone said, lights, camera, action, I'm there, I'm here, just like I am right now. But yeah, no, childhood was good, but also a bit iffy, but you know, I wouldn't change it.
And do you think having a single mum has almost been a setback, or would you see it as a positive that set you up for life?
I think I see it as a positive, definitely, because obviously my mum, you know, doing things by herself actually makes me realise that women can be independent. And a lot of women in this day and age, in 2025 society, they believe that, oh, I can't do things without a man, or I need a man to do it for me. But I think that if my mother and so many other mums in, you know, London or wherever, across, abroad, whatever, if they're able to do it and be a single mum, then I think actually anyone could do it. But obviously that doesn't like say that you shouldn't find a great partner who will actually stick it out with you through the end, because obviously that's the ideal situation.
And finally, would you say that you're really close with your mum, or do you sometimes see it as a struggle because you spend too much time with your mum?
So me and my mum definitely do get on. We definitely do have a lot of bumps and stuff because, well, she's the same as me and it's irritating. But yeah, we do kind of get along, but there are bumps, and yeah, like occasionally we do argue, but I feel like that's a big part of mother and daughterhood. I think sometimes you don't always have your agreements, you have disagreements a lot. And to be fair, she's like the exact same person as me, so it's hard to find a ground to lay on when we're sort of arguing and talking and stuff. But we do lovely things together. For example, we'll book spa breaks, we'll go to London restaurants, we'll do cute little things together. Sometimes it'll end in a little argument, but that's minor. But yeah, no, I do have a good relationship with my mum, and yeah, I wouldn't change it.
And would you say that not having your dad around has affected your relationship with men?
I definitely think that growing up from kind of year like 7 to 11, so most of my secondary school life, you do sort of wish that you had a male figure, and you do kind of wish that, oh, you know, there was a boy or a man or whoever it might be that will look out for you in the way that your father didn't. So it definitely impacts a girl 100%. However, I think getting older from kind of 17 to, you know, progressing in life, I think that it's a very like significant point that you have to be able to be independent yourself as well, because obviously no man, sorry to the men here, but no man will unfortunately do what your dad does for you, whether that's if he's a bad person or not. They will never do it. And so yeah, and I was kind of, you know, my secondary school life, I was always seeking for, you know, a little boyfriend, a little schoolboy, a little, you know, handsome, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's best to always be independent and be able to live off your own back, because you don't want to be relying on any man. And to be honest, no man will give you that until you guys are like locked in.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
That was so good.
Was it actually?